Good afternoon, Sophie. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great as well. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this portion of our interview. We have had quite a few minutes here chatting about some of your past work experience. I see that you worked at Advent, you worked at Halifax, you worked for the Volusia County court system. So it looks like you've worked for some very good, reputable companies. Um, so why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself in your own words about your career and what you've done thus far?
I do have income with a lot of experience, medical and also, the law as well. I did do a little bit of both. Basically, where I see myself is like in a home office, basically a permanent home to continue working. I did come from Advent Health, and I do enjoy the medical field. Um, And where I see myself is just at a good company. I have a lot to give. I come again with a lot of experience, and I'm just ready to go ahead and start my career.
Okay, great. Can you tell me about your job duties at Advent?
So my job duties was checking in, checking out the patients, making sure that their insurance is still, um, valid, and they did pay their copays because that's very important in the office. Make sure that all the scheduling is flowing with the office. The doctors are aware of anybody that's late or anything of that nature that may hiccup the scheduling. Answering calls inbound and outbound, actually talking to doctors, scheduling the patients for any labs or any kind of ultrasounds or radiologists or anything of that nature, and getting them set when they come in. And then when they leave, they're happy and they know, when they come back. And if they have any questions, we go over anything that they need.
Wonderful. Sounds like you're a busy role.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about when you worked at the law firm and what type of law did they do?
They did accidental. And it was with Buck LZ and Buckmaster and LZ. It was accidental. So basically, I would answer incoming calls, and they will call inquiring about an attorney and their case. So once I jot down their case, I'll go ahead and fill out that form, give it to the attorney. The attorney will return the call to the client, and then get them, set for them to come in and take a look at what's going on with their case.
Was that personal injury?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
Well,
personal injury. So you
mhm,
did pre-screening for the personal injury.
yeah.
Alrighty. And then it looks like you also did file management and did you do data entry as well when you were with the county, Volusia County?
Yeah, so with the Volusia County, basically we had to make sure that all the files were updated. So if there's any scheduling with the judge, we had to make sure that we pulled out all the files so the judge can have everything accordingly for the sentencing or the hearings and stuff like that. And the data entry is just putting in any information or demographics of the client that's going to be needing any people served or anything like that. We have to make sure that, because we also did mailing as well. So we made sure that everything was mailed out, make sure everything is correct and things like that.
Great, great. And then I also see here that you are bilingual. So you speak,
Yes,
uh, well, trilingual, Portuguese, Spanish, English.
yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Do you read and write?
Yes, both verbal.
Okay, wonderful. And tell me a little bit about your software proficiencies. How would you rate yourself with Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel?
I give myself a 8.5. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty savvy. I've been working around those softwares for many years, so I'm very comfortable with the software. I'm very fast at learning the softwares. I did have a software that we did with, excuse me, Advent Health. We were doing one software, we had to learn another one really fast. So I picked up on the new software. So, I can navigate the system pretty savvy.
All right, wonderful. And you are available to start as soon as possible. And do you have any restrictions on your interviewing?
No.
No? Okay, so available to start. and interview ASAP. Okay. And we did touch base a little bit on why you're no longer working at Advent, and I would like to go ahead and point that out because I have heard this as a concern in the past. So I do want to ask you, if you don't mind, what your reason for leaving Advent was.
So I was with Advent for 2 years. I did sign up to do the float team. The float team, it's a very good program. But the thing is, it's you never know where you're going. So let's say you're scheduled to go to Orange City. You never know if they might say in the morning, "Hey, I'm so sorry, you need to go to Daytona instead." It's very, it wasn't like, what am I looking for? Like concrete. Like I want to know where I'm supposed to be. I need to know, structure. Not saying that they didn't
Sure.
have structure, but the flow team is kind of like you're all over the place. And I just want just somewhere permanent to work, like one place.
I understand completely. I think that also, says a lot about your personality too, that you are looking for career, you're looking for a good place to call home. You have, good tenure, couple years, it looks like, at each of your previous positions. So thank you for sharing that. I have heard that, so it's not the first time. It's a great program to be able to offer the float, but I do understand how hard that is on the employees. You almost never know if you're coming or going. Hard for childcare too, for those that have to drop their kids off at
It,
daycare. They could be at the top end of the county or the end.
yeah, that if they say, "Hey, can you please go to this city today?" It's like, "Oh,
Hmm.
I do have to make sure I'm," because traffic, and
Sure,
it was just a little bit too much. I couldn't really handle it anymore. And that was the reason why. And I did let them know, I just can't, drive around all over the place in the morning. I'm like, I just need to
sure.
be going.
I understand. Well, thank you for your honesty there. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, but don't hang up. Just
Okay.
a sec.